while you're losing weight rapidly on a medication like Ozempic or Mounjaro, Wegovy, recent studies are showing that you could lose up to 40% of that weight as muscle. So if you've lost 20 pounds over, let's say, like a year and a half, about 8 pounds of that could be muscle. That can result in significant weakness, loss of your ability to do things that you would otherwise like to do, of course. Hi, I'm Dr. Gary Pepper, and we're going to be making a precision smoothie today. A precision smoothie is one that supplies you with all the necessary nutrients, protein, fiber, minerals, and vitamins to help protect you from losing muscle that you might be losing during a weight loss program or just due to natural aging. Another thing about a precision smoothie is it just contains what you need and doesn't contain other ingredients that are unnecessary, additives and other chemicals. So let's get started. And the first challenge is to decide what is the base for the smoothie. And since we're looking for high protein and high fiber, one of the best ingredients you can use as the base would be a natural milk product. Milk is very high in protein and various vitamins. And so I like to use a low-fat milk. It's also low in calorie. And I also like to use lactose-free products. I'm going to start off by putting some in here to start. And then we're going to put a few ice cubes. I like a little bit of ice in my smoothie. I like that crunchiness that sometimes you can get it just right. And also it helps protect from the protein powder sticking to the sides of your container. This is a 20-ounce container. I'm going to be making 16 ounces of smoothie today. I like to personally use a smoothie by dividing it into 2 portions per day, about 4 or 5 ounces each as a snack. A good high protein, high fiber smoothie is very filling. And for those of you who are looking for weight loss, you want to have something that tastes good and will keep you full so that when it's time for your regular meal, that you're not famished and you will not tend to overeat in that case. While you're losing weight rapidly on a medication like Ozempic or Mounjaro, Wegovy, recent studies are showing that you could lose up to 40% of that weight as muscle. So if you've lost 20 pounds over, let's say, like a year and a half, about 8 pounds of that could be muscle. That can result in significant weakness, loss of your ability to do things that you would otherwise like to do, of course. So it's substantial, the amount of muscle that a person could lose while on a rapid weight loss program. So now that we have our base in there and some ice cubes, the next thing I'm going to want to add is the protein powder. Now, this is a very important ingredient, obviously, and a friend of mine turned me on to this one, and I think it's among the best I've tried. It's made from chickpea protein and almond protein, and the amazing thing about these proteins is that they're easy to digest. Now, whey protein has been around for decades, and in fact, it is a reasonably good product, but that doesn't mean that you can't do better. A lot of people on high protein products complain of indigestion, bloating, gas, abdominal cramps. So even if you create a delicious smoothie, it upsets your stomach, you're not going to want to do it. And that brings me to another point, and that's sustainability. If you don't enjoy the product, the chances that you'll stick with it for the duration of a weight loss program is substantially less. Another thing about this particular protein powder is how digestible it is. And the product is called Wellious, Wellious. I'll put it in the description so you can look it up for yourself and decide whether it's something that you might want to try. By the way, I'm not a spokesperson for this product. So we're going to add a scoopful of this Wellious powder. And since this is a 2-day supply that I'm making, 16 ounces, I'm going to be putting in another, maybe just a little less than a full scoop. Each scoop has about 15 to 17 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber, plus micronutrients such as potassium, iron, calcium. And these are also important nutrients. As you eat less, of course, you're going to be getting less nutrients of the normal variety. So you really need a nutrient-dense product like this particular smoothie, like our precision smoothie. The other good thing I would mention about this Wellious product is it only has 4 ingredients. It's extremely pure. The 4 ingredients are the chickpea powder, the almond powder, the flavoring, which is either vanilla or chocolate, which is organic, and monk fruit. Now, I was doing a little research about monk fruit, and it's 100 to 200 times sweeter than sugar. Why we don't use monk fruit like we use granulated sugar, I'm not sure. But after sampling this particular product, I think it's a great sweetener. So you might want to check it out for yourself. Now, the other thing we're going to do now is we're going to add some fresh fruit. This is for flavoring and for fiber and micronutrients, antioxidants. Now, I just cut the nib off the strawberry here. You may not agree that that's a good habit, but I like to, just for the aesthetic, remove that. Strawberries are low in calorie, they're high in fiber, and they have a lot of vitamin C. So there we go. I put in 3. I like some blueberries. Here we go. So I'm going to take some blueberries and put it in. They add a great flavor, and they also are rich in antioxidants. So now we have the base skim milk. We have the Wellious powder. We have some ice cubes. We have some fresh fruit. And now we're going to put in some more of the milk. Now, here's a little cheat that I do. This is also just for flavor. Like I said, if you don't enjoy the product, you're not going to want to be using it for very long. And this has a little bit more sweeter taste to it. It adds some thickness. So I'm not filling it up to the top. 16 ounces, as I mentioned, is all I'm going to add to this 20-ounce container. And let's blend it up. Here we go. Blending. Okay, so hang in there for a minute. I'll be right with you. That was about a minute. So here we have our precision smoothie, loaded with all the nutrients we need without any additional additives, chemicals, or anything like that. And it has a beautiful color now. This is the vanilla product, and now it has a little bit of the strawberry and the blueberry color. This is delicious. So I'd be looking forward to my smoothie snack twice a day. Like I said, about 4 ounces each time. But if you want to make a meal out of it, certainly a meal substitute is reasonable. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm going to be putting the contact information for the Wellious powder. The other thing I would mention here before we finish is how much protein per day would a person be aiming for under these conditions where you're, as I said, looking to preserve your muscle during a weight loss program or due to natural aging. Well, the formulation that I see most is 1 gram of protein per kilogram. A kilogram is 2.2 pounds per day. And for a person who's about 150 pounds, that comes out to about 70 grams of protein per day. Now, I think that's a little light for the most part for people who want to preserve muscle. On average, I would say perhaps about 100 grams of protein per day. However, if you're on a weight loss program, that could be bumped up to about 1.6 grams per kilogram. And that would put you in the 120 or 130 grams per day of protein. And if you add strenuous exercise, you're going to need even more. And I'm going to put that calculation also in the description so that you can refer to it. But thanks for watching, and I hope you got a lot out of it. And again, if you have questions, please put them in the comments. And if you could subscribe to our channel and put a like, that'll help us to continue to be able to provide you with this kind of information. Thanks again, and stay well. This podcast is for educational purposes only and not intended as medical advice or treatment, which should only be rendered by your own personal health care provider.